Silver's been moving fast lately, and whenever that happens, the question always comes up, should I sell my silver? Good morning, it's today again. Welcome back to Joseph's Reserves. I'm Joseph, and I store 20% of my income in rare coins and precious metals. Today, I want to explain how I decide to sell, because for me, it isn't about price, it's about balance. So, let's get into it. Before I get into the video, I have to shout out Don't Ask for being the first comment on my last video. Congratulations, thank you for the support you've been giving me throughout this whole journey. Don't Ask is also incredibly close to 1,000 subscribers, which is a huge accomplishment for YouTube creators. So if you haven't checked out his channel, please head over there, subscribe if you can, and just share the love. So today we are counting copper again. No, I'm just kidding, but I am actually going to drag this over to the bottom corner so you guys can watch me count the third batch of 5 pounds of pennies that I have. Before I talk about percentages or ratios, there's something important you need to understand about how I view this stack. For me, this stack is about generational wealth. I look at these coins the same way most people look at a night out, a vacation, or a new gadget, except instead of spending that money once, I'm trying to give my great-grandkids something that they can use. That might be a metal, or it might be funds to start a business 8 generations from now. So if you're asking when you should sell your silver in order to pass go and collect $200, this probably is not the video for you. Now that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with taking profits. It just means that we're playing different games. My decisions are based on a time horizon that most people don't even think about. Once you think of it that way, selling silver becomes a lot more simple. Well, I guess just pulled away from emotion. You see, prices run up and people get very emotional about what they could have if they sold. But I don't use the prices that are set in the dollar to understand how my metals are performing. I use a portfolio that is of percentages based on my entire stack of each metal. These percentages will tell me how my silver is performing compared to the gold that I have or the platinum that I have. So right now, my target range for silver is that it will be 50 to 55% of my entire precious metals portfolio. If my silver moves above 55%, that doesn't mean that it's time to sell immediately. What it means is I need to stop and review. Now here's the part that most people ignore. They make this benchmark, they make some line that once this is passed, it's time to sell. Let's say for you that was a specific price mark. Once silver hits $65, I'm selling. Well, the question now becomes, what are you going to do with that cash? Are you going to reallocate it into another asset? Because if you just hold it in silver, over some period of time, it will go up. So what you want to do is put it into something that you believe will outperform silver, or that fits into your portfolio as a diversification protection plan. So for me right now, I keep 50 to 55% of the value of my portfolio in silver, 40 to 45% in gold, and as a diversification play, I'm putting 3 to 5% into platinum. Every time I mention these ratios, people point out that all of them at the highest level adds up to 105%. And yes, that is by design. I did that on purpose. So I guess to answer the question, where is my silver? Is it time to sell? It's actually at 56.95%, which seems like a very strong selling signal. So if I decide to sell, then what should I do with this money? Should I be putting that into gold or platinum? Well, my gold is near 43%, which is exactly in the middle of my range. And platinum is at just under 1%, which is far below my range. So if I purely look at the ratios, it's signaling to buy platinum. So I've met my numbers. I see my indication to sell silver and to buy platinum. So what's the next step? I need to find out, do I believe platinum will outperform silver? And unfortunately, just like anything, this is not just a simple yes or no answer. I'm going to look at the platinum to silver ratio. Right now, it's about 29.5 to 1. That means it would cost 29.5 ounces of silver to buy 1 ounce of platinum, given that you were to sell and buy both at spot. This 29.5 to 1 ratio is historically very low. So does that mean that that fact by itself shows that platinum will outperform silver? No, not at all. But what it does mean is that platinum is relatively undervalued to silver based on historical prices. So then what other things are there to look at? I guess we can look at the performance of platinum and what I believe it's going to do in the near future. I believe platinum is going to be going up because there's a lot of industry demand. Platinum is a very rare metal and it's being used in very large quantities. In addition, platinum seems to be getting very close to the $2,000 mark, which is a very big psychological barrier for a price. As soon as it breaks out of that, it's going to be moving very, very quickly. At the same time, silver has had an insane run-up of about $17 in just the last month, which for silver at the time was like a 30% gain in 1 month. So I think I will be selling some silver into platinum. I'll take a few more days to think about it. I usually make my moves on Thursdays, which would be the day after Christmas. And I know my coin shop is going to be open, so it might be the perfect Christmas gift to myself. But this is not a prediction. I'm not calling a top in silver or guaranteeing anything with platinum. This is simply how I keep my stack balanced over time and what I plan to do over the next few decades, not just the next month. So while some are indicated to sell because of the price and just wanting to profit based on their investments, to me, these precious metals mean so much more. This is a future income for my next generations. I'm not considering selling silver because I'm bearish. I'm actually quite bullish on silver, but this is how I stay aligned with a plan that I expect to outlive me. How do you decide when it's time to sell silver? Do you use the price or gold to silver ratios, or do you portfolio balance the way I do? Let me know in the comments, and I'd really like to hear what others think about this topic. And make sure that you guys like the video and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. But most of all, thank you for watching. And just remember, every ounce adds up. So no matter how small, just keep stacking.